Hey best friends. Okay guys, so today I'm feeling super good. I just closed out a brand deal with Nike. Super amazing. Also just ran a few errands and went to Champs, bought me some sneakers. There was actually 2 pairs of sneakers that I wanted to buy, but the other ones were not in my size, unfortunately. Stopped at Panera. First time ever trying this papaya green tea. 10 out of 10. Absolutely love it. And I also stopped at Five Below and I got me a new journal. Typically my journals are always super small. This is the biggest journal that I've ever had in my history of journaling, and I've been journaling for a very long time, since 2015 to be exact. So I freaking love this. And look at this. It says anything is possible, and we have proved that in the lifestyle that we're living, anything is possible. We have made it over here at the LF brand to a over 6-figure business, LF brand and L Fox Productions. So I'm gonna inspire you guys with that. Anything is possible. I'm also gonna show you guys my other journal that I've been journaling in, that I'm actually at the end of. Give me 1 second. Let me just unwind real quick. Let me take off my coat. Let me get a little comfortable. Hold on. Okay guys, so typically this is usually my journal sizes. This is the journal that I've been journaling in for 2022 and now 2023, which is coming to an end, as I said. Big difference. I'm super excited to journal in this journal. But as you guys know, yesterday we did the interviews with the 5 assistants. Still freaking hard for me to pick a person. I'm getting closer to my decision, but we're still deciding. We're still figuring that out. Definitely gonna keep you guys posted. You're gonna know, of course, when I hire my assistant, who the assistant is. But I feel like today's episode, I have to reflect, right? So let me just catch you guys up. So I've been in therapy for the past 7 months. I started therapy in August of 2022. Such an amazing, beautiful experience. My therapist has allowed me to see so many things about myself, learn so many things about myself, and we're in the process of unlearning things, you know. So with that being said, of unlearning things, I feel like this episode 2 should have probably been episode 1, with addressing childhood trauma, healing from it, speaking about it and letting it go. I'm definitely on a healing / transformation journey. Like, I feel so good lately. I feel so liberated just to speak about the things that has hurt me in the past and not attached to it, and not what's the word that I'm looking for, not attached to it and not determine who I can become because of those past traumas that I experienced, right? So today, this is really fucking deep. I can't even believe that I'm documenting this. I am going to address a lot of childhood shit, release it and let it go, put it in the atmosphere and heal from it, which I've been doing. But I just feel like this would have been a good thing for me to document, which, like I said, I can't believe that I'm fucking doing that. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so I wrote some things down that I just want to speak to myself out loud and just like put in the atmosphere, speak about it, let it go. And as I told you guys, I've been on a journey of letting these things go, but I feel like me speaking it out loud, I feel like that could just add to my healing journey, which I'm on, and I'm super proud of myself for being on this journey. So I want to start off with my I don't know, I want to get emotional. Woosah, bitch. It's okay. Okay, I want to start off with my childhood, like, limited beliefs. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people heard this saying, like, money is the root of all evil, right? So I seen a YouTuber, shout outs to Bria Jones, like, writing the things down that were your limited beliefs, and, you know, writing the opposite of that. So as far as my limited beliefs now, starting off with money is the root of all evil. Damn, as a child, like, I heard that a lot. I even hear that in my adulthood, that money is the root of all evil. But I just want to say to myself that money is not the root of all evil. Like, I don't believe money is the root of all evil, and I will not allow myself to feel bad for being prosperous. I will not allow myself to feel ashamed for being a wealthy person. I will not allow myself to be ashamed of having money and living my best life. Money is not the root of all evil, and I am grateful that I am a prosperous person. Another thing, money, it's hard to make money. That is so not true. Like, we are living in we are living in a generation, and we are living in a time where it's so easy to make money. You can make money virtually. You can make money on social media. You can make money on like so many different platforms. You can make money by working a regular 9 to 5. There's so many endless, limitless ways to make money. So money is not hard to make, and I'm not going to sit here and make myself believe that it's hard to make money. There's not enough money out there to be made, because there's plenty of it to be made. FYI, I'm living the dream right now. So money is not hard to make. Another thing that I want to address, growing up, I was very pessimistic. I was always like in a negative mind space. My mom, like growing up with my mom, literally had the best mom, right? However, we grew up, I call my mom Paranoid Patty. So the reason why is because like my mom projected a lot of paranoia onto her children, and not purposely. Like I said, my mom is like the best mom. She projected that to protect us, right? So for example of that, fuck. An example of that is like my mom would say, oh, parties are so bad, like people go to parties and they get killed, or bad things happen at parties, or bad things happen when you go to these type of places. But because she loves us so much, she wanted us to be protected. Another example, I am from Brooklyn, New York, girl, born and raised, okay? I literally never in my life been to the Labor Day parade. My mom, that's just something that my mom didn't allow, right? So growing up, I always was in this paranoid state of mind, like, oh, if I go outside, this is gonna happen, or if I go to a party, something bad is gonna happen to me. I am releasing that mindset, and I believe that good things are happening to me. Like, if I go outside, I am meeting friendly people. If I go outside, I'm meeting nice people that genuinely want to be a kind-hearted person to me, as I genuinely want to be a kind-hearted person to them. So with that being said, I no longer connect to pessimism and thinking negative or thinking the worst can happen. I am in a space where I'm thinking the best can happen, because I am living proof. Look at my life. The best is happening to me. So I release pessimism. Next. Guys, I'm gonna just sidebar. This just feels so fucking good to just say this out loud to myself, by myself, and just like releasing this shit, yo. This feels good. FYI, yo, you guys should try it. Next thing I want to address about my limited belief system is being impatient. Like, I finally realized, like, you just have to focus on consistency. You just have to focus on the healing. You just have to focus on the inner work. And all the outer work will do the work for itself. It's not your time, Chantel. It's God's time. So whatever is for you, whatever is for me, it's going to be for me. There's no need to rush. You know, learning patience, mastering patience is so important. Being patient and just waiting on God's time. That's all you need, is God's timing, inner work, healing, the proper footsteps. And you're on your way, okay? Patience, okay? This is not your fucking time. You are not in control. This is God's time, baby. It's all in His hands. It's all on His time. And so I release control over my life. I release full control over my life, and I put it completely into God's hands. I'm riding passenger now, okay? God is riding driver, okay? I am riding passenger, and that is okay. And that feels good that I could just release all control and put it fully into God's hands, saying, listen, God, I don't know what's in store. I don't know what this journey entails, but I trust you with it, okay? Fuck. Woo! I don't know what this journey entails, but I fully trust God with this journey. I release all control of my life's journey, and I put it fully into God's hands, because I am victorious, I am faithful, and I believe in His journey fully. Okay, that felt amazing. I feel like this next one I listed just goes back into my pessimistic mindset that I grew up with. Is like what I have down is being afraid to live, right? So that ties into my pessimistic mindset that I grew up with, which is like, oh, bad things, like people are not the best and bad things happen when you go to these places, da 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 da. So what I have listed is I'm releasing being afraid to live life, right? And that, like I said, goes back into my upbringing. So I'm not going to be afraid to go outside. I'm not going to be afraid to try new things. I'm not going to be afraid to live my life. Another reason sometimes why I'm afraid to live my life, because I feel like when I'm truly authentically me and myself fully 100%, people get jealous. Rather to get motivated, they get jealous. Like, so I feel like I try to hide in the shadows and not be this bright person that I am, because I don't want people to be jealous of me. I want to be liked. I don't want people to hate me. Why do they hate me, right? And that goes back to being a people pleaser. We'll get to that. So I released that. I'm gonna live my best fucking life, okay? I'm gonna live my best fucking life. I'm gonna treat myself amazing. I'm gonna buy the things that I want in my life. I'm gonna up my brand. I'm gonna expand my brand like I've been doing, and live my best life, not giving a fuck who gets jealous of me, who hates me for it. I'm living for Chantel and only for Chantel, okay? So if you hate me or you get jealous of me for living my best life, fuck you, okay? Because me living my best life should be motivation for you to live your best life as well. So I release that shit. I am living my best life for me, okay? The last thing that I have on like releasing these beliefs, releasing this, is going back to old patterns, right? So I was in a space where I was like addicted to weed. Like I was just smoking so much weed, like chain smoking. I can't believe that I was in that space, but I feel like I had to go through it to get through it, right? So I was in a space where I was just like constantly smoking weed, and then it was one time I looked in the mirror and I just didn't look like myself or just feel like myself. I'm like, who have you become, Chantel? Like, you smoking all this weed, you being so lazy, you just want to smoke and sleep and smoke and sleep. So I told myself, and I've quit weed several times, right? But this time it's for real. Like when I've quit weed before, I would stop smoking for like 3 months and I'll go back. Oh, I'm gonna just do it occasionally. I'll stop smoking for 2 months. I'll go back. Oh, I'm just gonna do it occasionally. Every fucking time I said I'm gonna just do it occasionally, I turned back into a fucking weed addict, which I said, you know what? I'm fucking done with that, okay? I am done with that. You cannot have different results doing the same shit. So I say that to say I am so proud of myself because I fucking quit weed for good this time. I stopped smoking weed August 28th, 2022. So this month, March 28th, will be 7 fucking months. 7 months that I quit fucking weed, yo. That makes me feel that makes me feel so good, because I did not like being in a space where I felt like substance was controlling me, like something was controlling me. I would never be that person again, okay? I have made it so far in my life that looking back at that person is just like, no, we will never go back to that. We're done with that. We're here now. We're elevated. We're expanded. We leveled up our business, bro. So that is in the past, okay? So that part was my limiting beliefs. Quick break. Quick tea break, okay? Because baby, I actually like this, and it's not sweet or anything. It just feels like rich bitch shit. Yeah. Okay, the second thing that I want to address is just like childhood trauma. Like the things that I just addressed the first, those are like limited beliefs, things that I just want to release, things that I'm not gonna let become of me again. Now in this last part is just releasing my childhood trauma, right? So, oh my god, like I just had an epiphany. I need to go to Tiffany's. I just literally cannot believe that I'm documenting this. This is so crazy to me, but I feel like this is a beautiful experience. Hopefully it inspires someone out there to just be their true authentic self. So starting with childhood trauma. I feel like the first person in my childhood that broke my heart was my dad. And I don't feel like it was intentionally. Like, me being on this healing journey, me being in therapy, it helped me to realize, like, you never know what other people are going through, and you just might get the bad version of them, right? Which they can also heal and become the best version of themselves. So I say that just to say, like, me and my dad's relationship is so amazing now. And I'm so grateful that our relationship is, like, in this great place. But if I'm being honest with myself and I'm being honest with the world, the first heartbreak that I ever experienced was my dad. And it was because, like, my dad was, he's a lieutenant on the police force. Shout outs to him. So it was never a financial struggle with my dad. Like, the money was always there, right? When we needed something, as far as like financially, like, my dad would provide it to my mom. But the struggle was, or the hurt came for me, so to say, was my dad not really being there, right? So when I was a kid, like, I used to always just love seeing my dad walk through the door, like, just jumping on him. Like, that was my superhero. So, fuck, like, I was not trying to get emotional. And I'm an emotional ass bitch, okay? I'm a Pisces moon, okay? Aquarius sun, just in case I'm like, what's your sign? But it's not about that, whatever. Like, just seeing my dad walk through the door, I would just, like, jump on him, and I would just be so happy, like, just see my dad, whatever. So, like, when my dad wasn't, like, there a lot, like, we would only see my dad once in a while, that used to, like, hurt my feelings. And although I have an other dad, like, I grew up with two dads, my biological dad and my other dad, which is my stepdad, but I don't say stepdad, I say other dad, because he's been my dad since I was 4 years old. So that's my other dad. Put some respect on his name, period. So, although I had my other dad, I always felt like a lack with my biological dad not fully being there, like only seeing him once in a while. And I'm not gonna go super deep into it, but that's just one of the things that broke my heart as a child. So I say that to say, like, Daddy, I forgive you for not fully being there as a child, although it's transitioning and it's so better now, and I love you so freaking much. I release all the hurt that I held on to throughout the years of just living my life. I release all of that hurt, I release all of that pain, and I'm free from anything that has been holding me back, or any pain that has been holding me back, any childhood trauma that has been holding me back from that. Next childhood trauma, my big sister. So I grew up with four siblings. I have 4 sisters, 3 on my mom's side, 1 on my dad's side. I'm the second oldest of 4 girls. And growing up, I always felt invisible to my oldest sister. Like, I always felt like I didn't matter to her, and that, like, made me always feel, like, sad. Like, what can I do to be noticed by my big sister? Like, what can I do to, like, for her to love me? And I think my sister loves me tremendously. I just think that our relationship is not where it should be, and I'm releasing that hurt. I let it go. I love my big sister tremendously, and I forgive you for any childhood trauma that you have caused me throughout the years of just not feeling seen or not feeling accepted. I release that hurt, and I love you, and I let it go. Next person. Oh my God. Okay. Next person that I'm releasing hurt from. When I was 16, it was like this guy that I liked, but I liked him younger. So let me take it back. I was like in 5th grade when I first discovered this guy. He was older than me. I was in 5th grade, and he was like he was like, or maybe I was in 6th grade. I can't remember. I was either in 5th or 6th, but I think I was in 6th. Yeah, I was in 6th grade. And this guy was like in either the 9th or 10th grade, one of them, I can't remember. So I was just like mesmerized by this guy. But at the time when I was in 6th grade, like, we never met in person. We just used to be on the phone. So we finally met in person. I think I was like 16. Like, this guy is older than me, obviously. So I was a minor, and I was being grown, or I was listening to his words of me feeling liked, and me feeling like this older guy likes me, or I feel seen, whatever. And I feel like that kind of ties back into like my situation with my dad. Like I said, even though I had my other dad, it was nothing like having my biological dad. So I feel like that tied into it, like me seeking validation from men, right? I became very sneaky when it came to like the boys and whatever. So this guy, like, he was older, whatever. Ended up sleeping with him. I believe I was 16 years old. And literally right after we had sex, literally right after, we were leaving, walking to the train, he was like completely silent. Like, he just didn't say anything to me, like just silent, like ghosted me in person, like ghosted a bitch in person. I'm laughing, I'm having dark humor right now, but that's what happened. And I just vowed to myself, I was like, I would never feel like this. Like, I was 16, I believe, at the time. I was like, I would never feel like this. Like, I would never allow myself to ever feel like that. So I started to project that energy. I started to, like, okay, if I have a hookup with a guy, I would never hit him up first. I'm not going to say anything to him. I am not going to say nothing because I am not going to feel like this guy made me feel. So absolutely not. So I realized in my teenage years, that's the type of energy that I was on. That's the type of energy I was projecting. So one day, this guy, like early 20s, maybe I was like 20, 21, I can't remember the age. This guy was like, yo, you move like a nigga. I'm like, what are you talking about? He like, yo, we had a little rendezvous and you just ghosted me. You didn't say anything to me. You didn't even hit me up, see if I'm alive. Blah, blah, blah. And that just made me reflect. I was like, damn. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, that's not my intentions. Like, I didn't mean to make you feel like that. But in that, like, on this healing process and like going through therapy, I realized I was only doing that because it was done to me, and I said that I didn't ever want to feel like that again, right? So I say that just to say, like, I forgive you for how you made me feel when I was 16 years old, and just made me feel so invisible, and just made me feel like used, just made me feel like a sex toy. Like, I forgive you for that, and I release it and I let it go, and it will no longer sit in my energy of lingering hurt and pain, because I release it and I forgive you for that. Next person. I was in this like very traumatizing relationship with this narcissist guy, and oh my god, and it was so crazy because we never were in a really serious relationship as far as the title, but everything else was relationship. And I was off and on with this guy for 4 freaking years, excuse me. And for those 4 years, it was just so like draining. Like, I just felt like I was with an energy vampire. And I just felt so drained with this guy. Like, from 2017 up until like 2017, 18, 19, 21, up until 2021. And I was like, I'm done with this shit. Like, I am no longer going to speak to this guy. I am fucking done. But in that relationship, in that situationship, whatever it was, it just had me feeling so drained and so defeated. And I was like, I don't want to feel like this. And I'm just like, why am I allowing this in my life? Like, I don't have to deal with this narcissistic abuse. I don't have to deal with this. So I finally let that go, with all the back and forth, with all the hurt and pain. And it's so crazy because out of all relationships, I feel like that relationship, and it was a situationship, hurt me the most, because I was just so drained from the narcissistic abuse. Without going into full details, it was just a very bad relationship. And I just want to say, I forgive you from the hurt and the narcissistic abuse that you put me through. I forgive you for all the lies and the manipulation that you put me through. I release it, and it no longer holds hurt in my heart. I release this pain, and the pain is no longer going to fester in my spirit because I let it go. Okay, I'm on to two last people. Whew, I feel so good doing this. Next person that hurt me, this one cut so deep. Like, also wasn't a relationship, was like, but it was like all relationship shit without the title, was my ex-boyfriend. And I could confidently say ex-boyfriend because that was really like my boyfriend. That was really like my boyfriend. Like, this guy, like, wow. This guy was like my first experience going to California. I always wanted to go to California. So to like experience that with him and experience that with this person that I liked so much, it was just like such a beautiful experience. And I actually don't really have anything negative to say about this man. The hurt really comes from just being like strung along. However, what I did realize with this healing and transformation journey, you ever fucking felt like the right person the wrong time? Like, I felt like that guy was my soulmate, like my twin flame, but I just feel like it was just not our time. And that situation with breaking up with my ex really put me on an awakening, like a real healing awakening. Like, I started going therapy, and I just started to tap into myself and to see who I really was on a soul level, you know. So The reason I'm releasing this hurt with my ex-boyfriend, because I realized it wasn't personal. I realized that man was going through so much shit that I didn't even know, because he wasn't vocalizing it. I could just read it off the energy. So when someone is suppressing those feelings, and the saying, as cliche as it may sound, hurt people hurt people. So if he's suppressing all of those hurt emotions and those hurt feelings, it's gonna reflect and project into the relationship. So I'm finally letting it go. I'm releasing the pain that I felt initially from the breakup. I'm releasing the hurt. I'm releasing all of that, and I just want to say that I forgive you for the heartbreak that I experienced. And I want to just take that back, not the heartbreak, from the heart shape that I experienced, because baby, I went on a whole transformation journey, and I just want to say that I'm grateful. Like, I have no ill will for this guy. Like, I am grateful to have gone on this true healing journey from this breakup. Like, fuck, I'm not gonna fucking cap. The shit hurted, but I feel like I needed that to become who I am today, you know? So I released that hurt. I forgive you. I thank you for the experience that we experienced together. It was a beautiful experience, and I released the pain, I released the hurt, and I forgive you for everything. Last but not least, I just want to address, like, the broken friendships that I experienced in my life. Like, let's be realistic. Like, when friendships break up, it be feeling like relationship breakups. Like, let's be realistic. Like, friendships are relationships. Like, it takes work to grow with your friends, right? So I say that just to say, like, all the backstabbing friends that I experienced throughout my whole entire life, like from high school, from adulthood, like, I just want to say that I forgive every single last one of you guys. I release the pain, I release the hurt, and I will no longer allow that hurt and pain to fester in my being, to fester in my spirit. Just want to say that I forgive you. I release every situation that I wrote down on this paper, and every person that I wrote down on this paper, with extreme love and just extreme grace. Like, thank you so much, because I am able to heal from these things and just become a better version of myself ultimately by healing from these things. That was a lot. But I feel so good by doing that. I feel so empowered by doing that. I feel great. I feel great. I feel like I'm on the clouds. I feel like I'm on the clouds. Like, wow, I needed that. I fucking needed that. Shout out to therapy, because Chantel, you are becoming the best version of yourself, and I am so fucking proud of you, dude. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. So now that we have got that childhood trauma, those limited beliefs, those things that caused you hurt in the past, and you released it with love, baby, now it's time to get back to those interviewees, okay? Who we gonna pick? Are we gonna pick Nico? Are we gonna pick Brittany? Are we gonna pick Tiffany? Are we gonna pick Sion? Who we gonna pick? Cause baby, are we gonna pick Selena? Tough decision, tough call. But what I will say, we are about to expand, and I am so fucking excited about that. Catch you guys on the flip.